Hi, Harmonites. So, I wanted to talk today about what it feels to be in transition, or my favorite thing, it's just temporary. It's just temporary what I'm going through. Do you ever feel like that? Have you ever had those motions in your life where you're like, it's just a transition I'm going through? It's just a temporary, part of it. Is anyone ever comfortable in that? That's what I want to know. Can somebody be comfortable in this temporary moment in time that you are in? So how am I temporary? So I've had a lot of transitions in, the years that have come by, but the past year has been huge transitions. I have let go of so much. I had ended a relationship. I went through a divorce. I had, sold my home. I had let go of my photography business. I had purged and purged and purged. I purged so much shit that I was like, how the hell at 41 did I obtain this much stuff that I didn't need, you know? And now I am in a temporary position. I am finding myself still, right? I'm in the precipice of something that's like going to be grand, I guess, this moment. But it made me think that, do people get this like anxious feeling? I mean, I have literally my entire life right now in storage. Well, not my entire life. I mean, my cats are here with me. I'm very blessed to be living with a friend as I go through this transition as to what I want to do. And my doors are all open and everyone's like, that's amazing. It's such an amazing feeling. But it's also very daunting. It's like, okay, well, here I go. Here I go. It's just temporary. And can we be comfortable in that? And I have really, other than the fact that I call it the hobo living right now, since I have very few things with me. And even doing this right now, I'm literally on my phone doing this. I'm not using a computer. Everything's packed up. But I didn't want to stop my growth. So I'm like, listen, I'm just going to shoot the shit and go for it, right? What else could I possibly lose at this point? Is this what they consider a midlife crisis? I don't know. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to fly with it. Watch me fly. Watch me evolve. But during that evolvement, when you are in that spot of just floating, right? Knowing that this transition, something's better is going to be happening. And having that hope, that feeling, just knowing, that inner knowing that it can't all be like this. You can't hit rock bottom and like not have to go up, right? Like it's got to go up at one point. You might have your ups and downs, and that's normal. That's what life is. But how many of us feel that way? Where we hit this point and we're like, okay, so what do we do? Now what? Do you sit in it? I know I have. That's what I have been primarily doing. I've been sitting in it. I have actually enjoyed the freedom of not having a whole house to obtain right now, to just focus on me, to write, to, I've always meditated. I am pretty good about practicing that, but just trying to sit with myself. What do I enjoy? What do I have time for? Because when you sometimes are so goal driven and you just keep pushing forward, and putting a lot of control in it, you're not really leaving room for some of the fun stuff that might come up, or the people in your life, or the relationships that you might not have had time for, friendships and so forth. So I am enjoying that right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying that. But it did make me think. Going, how many people are in this weird transition when they're going through this? It's like, you know what your life purpose is, right? And I do. I know what it is because it's evolving. I know that happiness is my job, and I will. I am adamant about making it my job. But it did make me, and I felt the need to bring this up because I know I'm not the only one who has these moments where they're like, yeah, I went through that, or, oh my God, yeah, I completely had this point where I felt like I like digressed and was like a newborn baby, like with all these new, like a blank canvas, and, you're just kind of going and you're just thinking, oh my God, please don't fucking make the same mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, learn from them. I had a very cool therapist tell me once, and I was talking, we were talking about just, linear in the past, about making the same mistakes. And he had brought up a really good point about how when we go back, you have grown so much that you could never go back and be that person because, you're not linear. And I thought that was really profound because that's what we're taught. We're taught like we go here, here, or we go here and up. But, we're not really spinning around and doing, we don't realize that we go up and down, up and down. So even if you tried, you've grown so much, you're aware, every experience you have changes you, right? And that's always stuck with me. So I don't fret too much about, making too much of the same mistakes, but at the same time, I don't want to be fearful or closed-minded of what happiness brings to me. And being that my personal issue sometimes is I'm an over appeaser. I appease a lot. I love making people feel good. Or I'll be like, yeah, that's great. What do you want to do? Let's make you happy. Oy. But with that, I'm curious what other people are going through. Do they feel temporary? Do you ever have those moments? And it doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be a huge transition. Maybe you're temporary in between positions at work, or maybe you're temporary in a moving location. Maybe you are temporary a student going to be into the adult world. We're all kind of going through these stages. What do you guys do with that temporary time? Are you using it? Do you think you're using it wisely? What do you consider using your time wisely? My time wisely has been a lot of self-love, and it's working for me so far. And, I am, like I said, I just have to lean back and get used to not having to control every aspect of my life and having faith that it's going to all work out. That, next year I'm going to be probably in a completely different situation or doing something different, or, I don't know. Hopefully this is just, temporary, and I am not living like a hobo. I don't know much how longer I can go. However, I have, like I said, I've taken much appreciation of having less and having, meaning it's more meaningful in life. So that has been nice because you realize that a lot of this materialistic stuff that you have or you gain, it's really heavy on you. It's like, why do we have all this shit? Do we need this? I don't know. Half of my stuff's in storage. And I'm thinking, it's going to be like Christmas because I forget what's in there. It was so important to me when I put it in there, and I purged a lot, but now I'm thinking, I don't know. Do I really need it? Do I even need it now? Food for thought. Let me know.